Minecraft, but in real life. How would a Minecraft character hold up in a real life scenario? Well, let's analyze the situation and see how strong they really are. I've separated this into 3 categories to make it easier to understand. We will be using Steve as the test subject for this experiment. A block in Minecraft is 1 meter by 1 meter, which means that Steve would be very tall and fat. When you look closely, Steve isn't exactly 2 blocks tall, but a row of pixels shorter. If we count how many pixels make up a block, we can see the texture is 16 by 16. This means that a Minecraft character is 31 pixels tall. To find the exact height, we must first divide 1 meter by 16 to get 6.25 centimeters. Then if we multiply that number by 15, we get 93.75 centimeters. After that, we need to add another 100 centimeters to make up for the bottom block. We then know that Steve is 194 centimeters or 1 meter 94 centimeters rounded to the nearest whole number. For all you Americans, that's about 6'4". Length is also important. That's a lot simpler. It's just a meter. Now let's compare this to the average human. The global average height for men is about 175 centimeters and 162 for women. Now since all Minecraft players, male and female, are the same height anyway, we'll calculate the mean. To do this, we must add the 2 numbers together and divide them by how many they are. Make sure to use BODMAS. 175 plus 162 divided by 2 is 168.5 centimeters. Let's round up to 167 centimeters. Again, for Americans, that's about 5'6". The Steve is almost a foot taller than the average human being. While we have people in the world who are over 6 foot, they're still a minority. For example, in the US, which holds around 341.8 million people, only around 2% of those are above 6'4". Most of them men. However, there are countries such as the Netherlands where people are generally just over 6 foot anyway. Not so fun fact. Not always the case, but the taller the human, the quicker they die. This is because more cells are needed to regenerate in the body and it's harder to use a bigger template, which is why you don't see many old people who are over 6 foot tall. Also, let's calculate the mean length of a human. When I say Steve's width is 1 meter, that's including the arms, so let's do that here as well. Shoulder width of an average male is 52.5 centimeters and 39.5 centimeters for a female. Again, we calculate the mean, which is 46 centimeters. Steve is over half the length of a human being. Oh yeah, I forgot width. 4 pixels, so that's 4 multiplied by 6.25, which is 25 centimeters. Human males is 26 centimeters and females 24 centimeters, so we're about the same as Minecraft characters. 25. With the age of the internet, however, I'm guessing a lot more people have lordosis. This is where the spine curves too far forward because of everyone's terrible posture. What we all want to know, how much can Steve lift? It's actually not that complicated to figure out. The heaviest resource that exists within the game is gold. I don't mean that in the game it's heavy, but in real life it's heavy. Standard gold bar traded internationally by banks weighs around 12.4 kilograms. Unrelated, but this is worth around £850,000. You may realize now that what we have to do is multiply a stack of gold ingots in the slots, right? Wrong. As we know, you can turn 9 gold ingots into blocks, which would weigh 111.6 kilograms. But there's even more. Golden apples. 1 golden apple costs 8 ingots to make, which is less than a block of gold, but we also have enchanted golden apples, or notch apples, to consider. For 1.9, enchanted golden apples could be crafted using 8 gold blocks. These days, the only place you are able to craft a notch apple is in the Legacy Console Edition. To work out how heavy a stack of golden apples is, we need to do the following. 1 stack equals 64 items, therefore we do 8 blocks multiplied by 64 to get 512 gold blocks. 512 multiplied by 111.6 is 57,139.2 kilograms, but that's still only 1 stack. Steve can carry 36 stacks of items in the game, 27 in the inventory, 9 in the hotbar, and 1 in the left hand. 57,139.2 multiplied by 36 equals 2,057,011.2 kilograms. But that's still not the end. Steve can carry way more. You may be familiar with the shulker box. This is an item which allows you to carry basically an extra inventory around with you. They can carry any item inside apart from another shulker box, so this will be as far down as our rabbit hole goes. Once again, we multiply the last number by 36 to get 74,052,403.2 kilograms, 163,257,603.3 pounds, 1 decimal place for the American mind. Now let's compare this to humans. The strongest any human has ever lifted is 549 kilograms, 1,210 pounds by Alexei Novikov in 2022. Am I saying that right? Steve can lift over 130,000 times what a human has previously been able to do. Let's compare this to another popular character, Goku. He's always being put against other strong characters, Superman, Godzilla, SpongeBob. Now, I've never watched Dragon Ball Z, but I found an archive of knowledge Reddit which allowed me to figure out how much Goku can lift. Correct me if I'm wrong, but through my research I found that Goku can lift 10 million kilograms. Pathetic. You know, I understand why Steve is the most powerful character in Smash now. Steve is quite fast. He walks at an amazing 4.3 meters per second. The average for a normal adult human is about 1.3 meters per second. Subsequently, he can also sprint 5.6 meters per second, sneak around at 1.3 meters per second, fly at 10.9 meters per second, sprint fly at 14.2 meters per second. And this is important to know because if he did go up against Noah Lyles, the current fastest man in the world, he would have to cheat and fly since Noah can run 200 meters in 18.9 seconds where Steve could only do 100. So what have we determined here today? That Steve would absolutely crush your skull. Not even that, he would breathe in your direction and you'd be done for. While making this video, I realized I could add even more categories such as weight and agility. So if you'd like to see a part 2, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.